Turn me up some. Whoa, whoa. Turn me up some.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the Rant Show. I'm, as always, your host for this Rant Show, N7X Karu. And you don't have to excuse this. This rant is probably going to go in 5 million directions. It's probably going to go in 5 million different ways. This Rant Show is going to go off in several different directions. I actually want to talk about happiness. More specifically, how you can achieve it. I think that's the term of phrase I want to use. Let's see, how can I go about this? Alright, let's start this way. No matter where you are at your life, no matter if you're at your perfect job, have the perfect house, have the perfect relationship, or at least so you think, that shit isn't going to go wrong. And now I'm not making this to be like a down thing, saying no, happy times always, because let's face it, it's not going to be happy times always. It never is. There, unfortunately, no matter whether you think you have the perfect life right now with your job, your relationship, whatever, something eventually down the line, hate to be the bearer of bad news, is going to break up that happiness. Is going to try and smack you down. And I've talked briefly about this on past rant shows, but I guess you could say I'm just going to be talking about it in more an emphasis in this rant show. And I don't know. I whether people like to accept it or not, or face facts, I guess it's going to happen no matter what. How good life is right now. It might be something big, might be something small. Stuff is going to go bad eventually. But here's the thing. It doesn't have to stay bad. Like that perfect job that you had. Let's just say, yeah, perfect job. Say so far you've had the perfect job. You know, here and there stuff would go like a little wrong, but nothing really drastic. So you're good. You're Gucci. And then you busted your ass off every year, and then here comes time for the yearly raise for those that have yearly raises. So you're like, yes, another yearly raise, and everything's gonna be fine. And I get this yearly raise because some businesses do this. I get this yearly raise if my performance was good, and I've busted my ass off, so I know I'm gonna get a good one. And you go into the manager's office, and they say you're not getting one. That for some reason you haven't worked hard enough. See, I love this freaking job. I busted my ass off the entire freaking year. You're telling me I'm not getting a raise? Stuff like that. Eventually stuff is going to go wrong. But like I also just said, stuff doesn't have to stay wrong. In the end, no matter what you go through in your life, the ups and the downs, the only person, and this is just my opinion, I'm not quoting some psychologist here or anything, this is my own opinion, so take it as you will. The only person that can determine and ultimately, give you happiness is you. You're when it comes down to it, you're the one that determines whether you receive the joy, let's just call it the joy of life. The joy of living. Because people were saying, Karu, but sometimes it's really hard for people, and that's what friends and family and others are for, and psychiatrists and therapists, that's what they're for. And yeah, that's true, but they help you. Ultimately, still, in the end, they aren't the ones that determine if you accept that happiness. That is up to you. In the end, no matter where you are at in your life, stuff will get you down. But that stuff does not need to keep you down. but it has to be up to you for it not to keep you down. In the end, it is ultimately up to you. And I don't know why I wanted to talk about this, but I just feel like I wanted to and had to, I guess you could say. But in the end, there are two facts of life. There's going to be the good times in life, there's going to be the bad times in life. But in the end, it is up to you to bring yourself out of those bad times into the good times. And ultimately, in the end, it's up to you whether you have more good times than bad. Because when shit goes wrong, and it can definitely go wrong, you can stay down in that muck for as long as you want. And if you choose to do that, then obviously you're going to stay down in that muck a lot more than you are going to be, riding cloud 9. Wow, I cannot word right. Riding cloud 9. And like I said, it's ultimately up to you. Now, don't get me wrong, like I previously said, therapists, friends, and family, they're there to help when you need to try and get that extra push. But it's also, like I said, again, in the end, it's ultimately up to you, because you can ignore their help. You can say no. So, in the end, it's still up to you. In the end, I think life in general for a lot of people would be a lot better off if they accepted those two facts. Because some people don't like to. Some people don't want to. Some people don't want to say, no, I'm not accepting the fact that shit in my life's going to go wrong. And then when it hits them, and it will, a lot of times they take it twice as hard. Because they don't want it. They didn't expect it. They didn't face the fact that eventually it's going to happen. Now, I'm not saying, look around every corner and say, oh shit, then this is probably going to go wrong, and oh shit, this is going to go wrong. No. Live life to the fullest. Every second, every freaking chance you get. Because that's all you have. You have one life. So don't do it with, try not to do it with no regrets, no looking back, and everything in between. But unfortunately, like I said, fact of life, even in those high moments, shit's eventually going to go wrong. But don't let those low moments keep you down. And don't, at the same time, don't think it's anyone. I don't know exactly where I'm going with this, but I just felt like I wanted to talk about it, so hopefully this can bear with. But don't feel like, what was I saying? Yeah, when it comes to those down and dark moments, it's up to you whether you stay down there or not. Ultimately, it's up to you. Like I said, friends and family and therapists and psychiatrists help. But you can reject their help, so in the end, it's still ultimately up to you. And honest to God, and I know sometimes it's hard, I'm speaking firsthand here. Because without going into great detail, some of you personally know me, you know some of the shit I'm talking about. But I've been through some rough shit in my life. And so I can honestly, and I know there's people always out there that have been through worse than me, I'm aware. But speaking from a person who's personally went through some rough shit, and has eventually still seen the light out of the end of the tunnel, there's always good around the corner. There's always a better thing around the corner. There's always a light and not eternal darkness for the rest of your life as soon as something goes wrong. But in the end, it's up to you whether you try and reach for that, whether you take a hold of that light, whether you say, fuck this, I'm not going to let this keep me down. I'm going to take my moment to grieve, to do whatever, but then I'm getting right back up, I'm punching life in the face, and I'm going to continue trucking forward. Because I know something right around the corner is going to happen again. And eventually, guys, it will. And if you keep with that mindset, and you keep with that understanding that, yeah, life is, okay, fine, life is going to go bad sometimes, but I know something good's going around the corner. In my humble opinion, I think a lot of people would be a lot better off. And if a lot of people realize that even, yes, you might be down, you might be hitting the little rock bottom right now, you can still get out of rock bottom. Yes, it might take work, it might take effort, it might take help, but ultimately, it's up to you. If you want to say, yes, Karu, I don't want to stay down here, I really don't, then you don't have to. You can get light back in your life, but it is up to you. Friends and family help, and please accept their help when they offer it. Whether it's family, friends, therapists, whoever. But ultimately, it's up to you. It's up to your drive and your will to push for that. But when you do, you'll reach that light again. I guarantee it. It might take a while. Don't get me wrong. But you can reach it. As long as you keep on reaching for it every time, as long as you keep pushing forward, hanging on to whenever that light moment is every time, you'll have a hell of a lot of better light in your life than darkness. But ultimately, it's up to you. A lot of good shit can happen in your life, and a lot more good shit can happen in your life than the down moments and the darkness. If you drive towards that light, if you drive towards those happy moments when you're in those dark moments, because you can stay down in those dark moments, man. You'll be like, you can be literally sulking it and not want to move. But if you make the determination, if you make the willing push to try and find that light again, you will find it. And people along the way can help with that. But ultimately, it's up to you to try and make that push. So, I guess, in a roundabout way of it, what this whole rant, this whole talk is about is just a few things. One, in my humble opinion, it is always better to face the fact and accept the fact that in life, throughout periods of your life, shit's gonna go wrong. But also in life, a lot of more shit can go good in your life than bad if you let it. But ultimately, it's up to you. Ultimately, it's up to you to make that push, to start that push back towards those light moments. But it's up to you. And I'm guaranteeing you that once you do, with your will and through the help of others, that you will see those light moments again. And those light moments will happen a lot more than the dark times in your life, and it will be a lot longer than the dark times in your life if you continue to push through them. I just think that if a lot more people realize those two things, that once again, there are going to be bad times in your life, and it's easier just to accept the fact, but at the same time, a lot of more good stuff can happen in your life if you push always, even in your darkest moments, push towards the light, push towards that good moment. You know, that you'd be a lot better off. Because, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but if you do, a lot of good stuff can happen in your life, way more than ever the bad stuff could, if you continue to push to it. Because ultimately, like I said, it's up to you. It's up to you if you want to be out of that muck, out of that darkness. It's up to you. It's up to you to make that first push. Like I said, friends and family, therapists alike help. Or if you're the religious type, God and everyone, God, whoever, helps. But ultimately, it's up to you. But if you do make that push, if you do make that push towards trying to grasp those good moments again, you will reach those good moments again, and they will happen a lot more often than those dark times will. If you continue to drive towards them, if you continue to reach for them, and not just stay down in whatever dark moment might be happening in your life right now. take it from someone who knows this for a fact. Alright? Hopefully that made some sense. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this rant show. Just a little heads up for those of you that didn't know. I talked about this once before. I'm going to leave it off on, a chipper note. I am going to be at Otakon 2018 this year. It's going to be held in Washington, D.C. If you want to find out more information about Otakon and where it's held, they do have a website, so go check that out. But I will be at Otakon this year. I've been to Otakon in the past. For those of you that have seen my past Otakon vlogs here on my channel. But I am finally, after not going last year, I'm going to be going back to Otakon, so I hope to see some of you there. If you see me, please don't be afraid to come say hi. Don't bite, I swear. But hopefully I'll get to meet some of you this year and see some of you there, because I'm finally going back to Otakon, baby, after not going last year, so I'm super excited for this. But I'll see you guys there. I'll leave it off here. I'll see you guys later. As always, peace, love, and chicken grease, O4L. I'll see all my Spock watchers later. As always, welcome to my domain. Guys, please remember that if you enjoyed this rant show, to hit that like button and let me know in the comments below. And also, if you are new to the channel, please remember to hit that subscribe button. And because YouTube continues to be stupid, remember to also hit that bell button. Make sure to turn on all notifications so that way YouTube can hopefully let you know when I post a video. But with that being said, guys, I am out of here. As always, and forever. Peace.